So back to Wendy Meyer's heavy docu-series. Let's talk a little bit about hormones. So we've got PCOS, endometriosis, common things now, not normal. They should never be normalized. Things that I was diagnosed with growing up, and I had no idea until my health totally crashed. It was such a blessing in disguise that I had even been exposed to heavy metals. I didn't even have, nor did my parents, any understanding what those mercury fillings were doing to my body. I had been diagnosed with these chronic health conditions and even told that I was going to struggle to ever get pregnant or ever conceive. Little did I know that the environmental exposures in my body were creating these hormonal problems. Same with if you're going through perimenopause or menopause, you want to go through these hormonal changes with absolutely no symptoms. So let's cross over to some things that I think are valuable in terms of learning about which heavy metals matter and why. So let us now just give me 1 second while I share the screen and let's see what Wendy has got to say to us now.
Production. It's one of the top ways that metals poison hormone production. So now let's talk about some symptoms of estrogen imbalance. So that includes heavy periods, irregular periods, hot flashes, night sweats, constipation or diarrhea, acne, breast tenderness, anxiety and panic attacks, and weight gain or loss, fatigue, poor sleep, and memory problems. That's why a lot of women going into menopause start having memory problems. And the primary heavy metals that affect estrogen are mercury, cadmium, lead, and nickel. And these metals have been found to decrease natural estrogen production and may even mimic the effects of estrogen in your body. And so heavy metals that do that are called metalloestrogens. And estrogen mimicking compounds can bind to the receptor sites in your body and activate pathways in a similar way to estrogen. And this becomes a problem when there's overactivation and can even create this negative feedback loop that tells your body to create less estrogen. And research shows that mercury exposure, due to its interference in sex hormones, can cause issues with fertility. So, both in men and women, mercury causes problems with pregnancy outcomes, menstrual cycles, and can even lead to birth defects. Then there's lead. So,
let's just, even that alone, we've just looked at mercury there because I don't want to overwhelm you. So let's talk about where are you getting your mercury exposure from? Let's deal with that. But while we're dealing with that, we need to be binding it out of our body. We need to be supporting our liver. We need to be supporting our drainage pathways so we can get rid of this in our bodies. So if you're experiencing one of those symptoms, what are you going to do today? That's my invitation to improve your health. And how are you going to improve this long term? Now, I talk to clients about we've got choices. We don't even need to stop our exposure if that feels too hard, if we choose not to. But if we're not stopping our exposure, we always need to be looking at, well, how are we binding it out of our bodies? What are we doing to help our bodies be the healthiest possible? Now, due to the environmental toxins, where we're getting all of this from in the world today, most of us are going to be needing to do something for the rest of our lives. But as we're healing, we're going to be needing to do more, and then we might come up with some sort of maintenance. So, for example, in my clinic and with the people that I work with, their maintenance is doing things like the 21-day detox twice a year. It's taking some liver support regularly, supporting their adrenals, checking in with their nervous system, because while we're fixing these things, we can also get you feeling optimal and getting rid of symptoms at the same time. That is the exciting thing. We do not need to be perfect, nor do I ever put people that are on a pedestal. It's like, well, what can we do to help our bodies get better, but support our bodies so we don't have to feel miserable and go through all the symptoms as well? So I'm just putting that out there. What are you going to do? Are you going to come and join us on the 21-day detox? Are you going to sign up for the 10-day detox challenges? Or are you going to regularly take a liver support to help your body? while also looking at, well, where are these heavy metals coming from?